The Cravaxian interrogation chamber was designed to break the strongest wills in the galaxy. Its walls pulsed with psychic dampeners, the air thick with fear-inducing pheromones that had reduced battle-hardened warriors to whimpering husks. Commander Zekthor stood before the containment field, his four eyes studying the creature within. The human sat cross-legged on the cold metal floor, eyes closed, breathing steady. "Impossible!" Zekthor hissed. The human had been in the chamber for 72 standard hours without food, water, or rest. The temperature fluctuated between freezing and scorching. Sonic disruptors fired at random intervals, yet there it sat, unchanged, unbroken. Zekthor had interrogated hundreds of species across 3 spiral arms. He knew their breaking points intimately. The Draconians crumbled after 30 hours. The silicon-based Kravesh lasted 40. Even the telepathic Mindari, with their vaunted mental fortitude, never exceeded 50 hours before their consciousness fragmented. But this human, this unremarkable biped from a backwater planet, had surpassed them all. "Open communication channel," Zekthor ordered. The containment field shimmered, allowing sound to pass through. "Human," Zekthor's voice reverberated through the chamber. "You have endured admirably, but this is futile. Your fleet is destroyed. Your homeworld is quarantined. Tell us the location of your remaining military installations, and this ends." The human's eyes opened slowly. They were brown, ordinary, yet they held something that made Zekthor's thermal pits flare with unease. "My name," the human said, voice hoarse but steady, "is Captain Maya Torres. Not human, not it. Maya." Zekthor's mandibles clicked in irritation. "Names are irrelevant. You are a data point, nothing more." A smile crossed Maya's cracked lips. "That's where you're wrong, Commander. Names are everything. They're memory, legacy. They're what separates us from machines." "Increase psychic pressure by 40%, Zekthor commanded his technicians. The chamber's hum intensified. Maya's face tightened, sweat beading on her forehead, but she remained upright. Her hands, Zekthor noticed, were clenched into fists so tight her knuckles had gone white. "Your physiology is inferior," Zekthor continued. "Single-threaded consciousness, slow reflexes, weak skeletal structure. By every metric, humans should have been prey species. Yet you somehow conquered your planet and reached for the stars. How?" Maya laughed, a sound that shouldn't have been possible given her condition. "You want to know our secret? It's simple, really. We're too stupid to know when we're beaten. Stupidity is not a survival trait." "No," Maya agreed, "but stubbornness is. See, Commander? Every species you've conquered probably had better technology than us, stronger bodies, longer lifespans. But I'm betting none of them had to claw their way up from the bottom like we did." She shifted position, and Zekthor saw the burns on her arms, the bruises covering her torso. Any other species would be unconscious from the pain alone. "Earth didn't coddle us," Maya continued. "Ice Age's predators, plagues, disasters that should have wiped us out a dozen times over. But we learned something that you obviously didn't: how to take a beating and keep standing. Philosophical rambling will not save you." "I'm not trying to save myself, Commander. I'm trying to save you." Zekthor's crest flared in confusion. "Explain." Maya pulled herself to her feet, swaying but upright. "You think you've won because you destroyed one fleet. You think we'll break because you've captured me. But you've made a critical error. You've given us time. Time for what? Your reinforcements are weeks away. Time to get angry." Maya's eyes burned with an intensity that made Zekthor step back involuntarily. "See, humans have this thing we do. When you hurt us, we adapt. When you kill us, we learn. When you try to break us, we become something harder, something that doesn't break." "Delusional," Zekthor muttered, but uncertainty crept into his voice. "Is it? You've been monitoring our transmissions, right? You know what's happening back on Earth right now?" Zekthor remained silent. He did know. The planet had gone dark for 48 hours after the attack, and when communications resumed, something had changed. The fractured human nations had unified overnight. Their industrial output had tripled. Every human between 15 and 50 was volunteering for military service. "They're not preparing to negotiate, Commander. They're preparing to make an example of you. One planet against the Cravaxian Dominion. We control 300 systems. And we came from nothing." Maya's voice rose, filled with fierce pride. "We split the atom before we left our atmosphere. We went to our moon on computers less powerful than your average entertainment device. We survived conditions that would have ended any other species. And we did it with nothing but our brains and our refusal to quit. She approached the containment field, and Zekthor found himself unable to look away. You wanted to break a human, Commander. You wanted to prove we were just another weak species to be conquered. But all you've done is prove to every human in the galaxy that we can survive anything you throw at us. You've turned me into a symbol. A rallying cry. Zekthor's communication implant suddenly crackled to life. Commander, we're detecting multiple jump signatures at the system's edge. At least 200 vessels, human design, configuration unknown. Impossible, Zekthor breathed. They couldn't have built a fleet that quickly. Maya's smile widened. We didn't build them, Commander. We repurposed them, freighters, colony ships, mining vessels. When humans go to war, everything becomes a weapon. The floor shuddered as the first human missiles struck the station's outer shields. You wanted to make an example of humanity, Maya said quietly. Congratulations. You succeeded. But the example isn't our weakness, it's what happens when you give humans a reason to show you what we're really capable of. Zekthor stared at the human before him. This small, fragile, impossible creature. And for the first time in his military career, he felt something he'd never experienced before. Fear. Stand down your forces, Maya offered, and maybe we'll show you the other thing humans are famous for. Which is? Mercy. But you'll have to earn it. As alarms blared and the station shook under sustained bombardment, Commander Zekthor realized that the Kravaxian Dominion had made a fatal miscalculation. They hadn't just failed to break Captain Maya Torres. They had forged her into exactly what humanity needed. A legend.